Lakes. This is your Mayor, Veronica Edwards Phillips, here this evening for Moments with the Mayor. Our guest for tonight is the Honorable Abbey Ajayi, our newly elected tax collector. Our topic tonight will be understanding the role of the tax collector in our community. So welcome so very, very much. We are so glad to have you here, Your Honorable Ajayi. And tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, previous experience, what you do, etc.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you online. I am excited to be part of this conversation.
Thank you.
I'm Abbey Ajayi, the newly elected tax collector for Broward County. I've lived in Broward County for over 40 years, and I have 30 years experience in banking and financial services that I brought to this position, which is really an invaluable experience because of the nature of what we do. I am married with 3 children, so Broward County is home for me, and I enjoy living here, and I'm truly vested in seeing the Broward County Tax Collector's Office as one of the best in the state, servicing all the residents of Broward County.
Absolutely. You've been here for over 40 years, so you're kind of sort of like a homesteader.
This is home, yes, yes it is.
I am a native, so I have been here all of my life, but we welcome all homesteaders, and we welcome everyone into the great state of Florida and into Broward County, and in particular in the great We Care city of Lauderdale Lakes. Tell me, why was the tax collector's office established? We had an election in November. You were elected, and I'm so excited, and congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, this office came about as a result of an amendment, Amendment 10, to our state constitution that requires all counties to have an elected tax collector.
Okay.
So I was fortunate to be the very first tax collector for Broward County.
Very good. Are you excited?
More than excited.
Well, it's been about, what, 5 months now?
No, actually, we just celebrated 100 days 3 days ago. So we're pretty excited, and we're just getting started. We've done a lot, and we're looking forward to do a whole lot more.
Walk me through a day at the tax collector's office.
Oh, an average day at the tax collector's office. For me, this is what I love the most about my job. So I go in with a set of priorities that changes by the hour, depending on the needs of the community, the needs of my staff, and the needs of the constituents and the elected officials and the city managers. So I have a lot of conversations during the day, and I'm engaged. I believe we were just talking about doing some text this morning, being on camera for some other things that we're working on. So an average day for me, there's no typical day, is what I'm alluding to. My day changes by the hour, and I love that about my job. I love doing different things to promote what we do in the office so that our community can get the benefit of the information that we're putting out.
And I know based upon the needs of the community and your staff, as you say, that's the way that your day goes. You can come in with a plan for the day, and
That's
before
right.
you know it, that plan has gone out of the window because you're trying to do what needs to be done as far as your constituents are concerned.
Absolutely.
So I know how that is. You plan, but sometimes the plan just does not work. What is the difference? Because the residents want to know, what is the difference between the Broward County Commission's records, taxes and Treasury Division, and the tax collector's office? Because they're 3 entities, or are they entities that are intertwined? Tell us.
All right, so I was fortunate enough to lead the tax section of records, taxes, and treasury under the county. Okay. That division reported to the county commissioners. Okay. So as your newly elected tax collector, our office is an independent constitutional office. And we report to the director, to the Department of Revenue, is who approves our budget. But we are a standalone independent office. Okay. So there's a lot of difference because under the records, taxes, and treasury, the engagement was different from what we're currently doing. And the engagement with the community is a lot more under the tax collector because we answer to you, our residents, the residents of Broward County. So we no longer report to the Board of County Commissioners. Okay. We report directly the voters and the residents of Broward County are the ones that we engage with on a day-to-day basis, and they're the ones that we take a lead from in terms of what they need in order to meet those needs.
And you know, community engagement is so important, in particular with this new office.
Absolutely.
Because it is not familiar with the residents in Broward County. So I'm hoping tonight that we're going to add a little bit more knowledge base to what the tax collector's office does. Now, another difference question. What is the difference between the property appraiser's office and the tax collector's office?
My favorite question. So the property appraiser is the assessor. He assesses all the properties and comes up with an amount based on the millage rate for each city and also the Broward County Commission. So your tax amount is determined by the assessed value as a multiplier or with the millage rate for both your county and the city. So I talk about my job begins where Marty Care's job ends. Okay. Once it determines the amount, then I am responsible for sending out the bills. We send out about 1 million bills every year, and also to collect the payments. So I mail out the bills, I collect the payments, and I deliver it to all the taxing authorities that need that money to fund services across the county.
And speaking of payment, how do community residents pay their taxes?
We have several ways of making your payment. For example, we've made it really, really convenient for anyone that lives in Broward County. They can walk into any Wells Fargo office in the county with their coupon and check and be able to make a payment. In addition to that, they can make a payment on our website. We have a very, very user-friendly website where you can make your payment free of charge in 2 minutes with an e-check. Very good. Yes.
Do you have a payment plan?
Yes, we do.
All right.
So property tax payments are going up. You know, the amounts are going up. We try to make it affordable by coming up with payment plans. And we want all the residents to know that we have a quarterly installment payment plan where you can make your payment 4 times in June, September, December, and March. That gives you the opportunity to really break down your payment amount and make it more affordable. You can also make 5 payments as you wish, you know, breaking it down to whatever amount you can afford within those 5 payments.
What are the fees? I know they have to be fees, but what are the fees for registering a vehicle? Or is that under your purview, or where does that fall?
Well, the fees are not a standard amount, depending on, there's a lot of variations to that. So we do have the auto tag and title registration is under our preview right now. Okay. We have an office in Plantation, and we work collaboratively with the state. The state sets some of those fees, so it depends on actually the service itself that you're looking to have.
In addition to your office in Plantation, where are your other offices located?
We have an office downtown in the governmental center, so we have 2 offices at the moment. Palm Beach County is the 3rd largest county in the state of Florida. We're number 2. So Palm Beach County has 9 offices, and we only have 2. So as your tax collector, the plan is to open more offices to make it more convenient for you. Imagine somebody driving from Deerfield Beach downtown or Hallandale Beach downtown. So we have a lot of plans to expand services across the county to make it more convenient for you to visit our offices.
Okay. Tell me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what are the services offered by the tax collector's office?
Oh, wow. So I tell the story of the tax collector because it's really important that our residents understand what the tax collector does. So every adult in Broward County will need the services of a tax collector at some point. For example, a young couple that just have a child, they will need that birth certificate. When that child grows up and goes to high school, they need ID or driver's license. And when they get that first car, they come to the tax collector for registration. And when they get out of high school or out of college, should they choose to start a business, they will come to the tax collector's office to get a business tax receipt, which is very important. In addition to that, when they get married, get their first home, they have to pay property taxes. So I talk about the fact that we are with you from the beginning all the way through. So we offer a lot of services across the board that our residents are able to take advantage of.
Okay. As I know you've seen on TV and read in the newspaper, the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, the driver's license office. Tell us about that, and what are your plans to smooth out and to round out where the lines are not around the corner, down the street, that appointments are kept when appointments are made, and the scamming of appointments.
So with the driver's license offices, they're currently being run by the state. And as your newly elected tax collector, I'm mandated to take over those offices. And we're excited about that, and we're up to the challenge. Obviously, there's a lot of improvement that's needed at those offices. And we're working in partnership with the state and collaboratively with their staff in order to make sure that when we take them over, some of the problems that exist, we have solutions for them. So we have visited those offices, and we've done an assessment of the offices. In addition to that, we're putting solutions on the table in making sure that when we do take them over, we put those solutions in place to alleviate the problems that are going on right now in the driver's license offices. Some of the things that we're looking at, some of the solutions include we were fortunate to have the Honorable Purdue and some of the Tax Collector Association members put forth a bill in Tallahassee to make it illegal for anyone to sell appointments. I believe they said they're selling them up to $250.
Yes.
There is no need to buy appointments. Under my administration, we will make sure that appointments are available for anyone that wants the appointment. So we also have our commissioner, Isa Rogers, that have put forth an ordinance to make sure that we're covered locally, that anyone selling appointments will be penalized for doing so. So we're pretty excited about those two things. That takes away solutions to a couple of those problems that exist with appointment scalping. So we're engaged with the state. We're working in partnership with them to make sure that when we do take them over, we're able to solve a lot of those problems.
Will you open additional offices?
Yes, we will be opening additional offices. Like I stated before, Palm Beach County has 9 offices. We have 2. So we're working very hard to open more offices across the county. We're looking at opening at least 9 across the county.
Wonderful.
Right now, the driver's license offices, there are 5 driver's license offices in the county. We will be opening additional offices in order to take care of the problem with the lines that you see on social media and obviously also in person as you drive by all these locations. So we will be adding staff. We will be opening offices.
Okay. One other driver's license office is in the city of Lauderdale Lakes,
Yes,
and we do experience the long lines and the early mornings. I think some may even sleep overnight there to make sure that they keep their appointment.
Yes.
Explain to us, because sometimes people have the same appointment time. How does that work? How does the appointment system work?
Well, so I am not privy to exactly what is being done inside those offices right now because they're still under the state.
Okay.
But they do have an appointment system that anyone can go on the state website to make an appointment. Right.
Okay, then. So we're looking forward, Your Honor, to a great improvement in the driver's license component of it. Do you have a projected date of when your office will assume that responsibility?
Yes, we're working very hard to make sure by next summer we will begin that process of taking over some of those offices.
Okay. Tell us about the tax collectors and funding the community, how the fees and revenues that are collected from the tax collector's office. Tell us about where does that go, what does it do, what does it support?
I am very excited to talk about that.
Great.
Because we want to make sure that when you write your check to the tax collector, you know exactly what that money is being used for. For example, a lion's share of that goes to the school board to educate our kids. It also pays for teachers' salary, school lunches, all those things that the school board needs to do to get our kids through their day-to-day education. Some of that money is earmarked for that. In addition to that, a lion's share also goes to Broward Sheriff. So you want to make sure when you make that phone call to 911, somebody's on their other end to answer those calls. Also hospital districts, North and South Broward Hospital District. So these are very, very important services that are provided across the county. We also collect for your cities. Imagine your parks and recreations. A lot of
Yes.
parks are being redone for our kids, for you to go out and enjoy some time with your families. Some of those monies are also used to fund, the parks and also the roads you take. You drive down University Drive. It's very nice. It's well put together. Some of those money are used by the cities to tar the roads for storm drainage system. We have a lot of flood here sometimes, and some of that money is also used for that. So it's really important that when you write that check, you do benefit from that money you're putting out as a homeowner in Broward County. So we're excited to get that information out so everyone is aware of what our role is. We play an incredibly important role in making sure that those services are funded, not just funded, but on time. So when we collect, our office is built on integrity,
Yes.
transparency and efficiency, so that when we collect that money, we account for every single dollar collected. In addition to that, we make sure that it gets to the right hand at the right time. Very important.
Okay. As both of us have said, community engagement is so very, very important in both the city and in your office. So we're going to see if we have any residents online who have any questions for you. They're still pondering whether they want to ask a question.
Well, let's talk about community engagement.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I promised during the campaign was that we would have a robust community engagement office, and that promise has been delivered. We have an engagement office. We've been out in your community already, and you will see us out and about. We want you to come up to us and talk to us. We want to get to know you. At every event that's going on across the county, we want to be present so that you get to know us. You get to ask us questions about your property taxes. Very, very important to know that if there's any reason why you're not able to make your payment, we want to make sure you're comfortable enough to talk to us so that we can make sure that we tell you what your options are. Very important. South Florida is known for a lot of fraud, so we strongly recommend that please don't sign anything because you cannot pay your property tax.
Right.
We want you to call us first so we can tell you what your options are.
Okay. The city of Lauderdale Lakes is a very diverse community itself. We are home to various languages, various cultures. How can our residents find help and information in their language, and what languages are available to them?
Right now, we have a very diverse office. Okay. So if you come into our office, you'll find someone that can help you. Great. Some of the things that we're also planning on, we have tools that we will be putting at every workstation with 41 languages. Wow. So when you come up to a client specialist in our office, they're able to assist you in your own language so you understand what's needed, and we're able to have a conversation with you about what your needs are.
And that is so very, very important, because sometimes communications break down because of the language. So if there's someone that speaks their language, then they're better able to be serviced and to take care of whatever business it is. Sometimes when we go into offices, or even when we call on the phone, if we do not have someone that we can communicate clearly with, we sort of not able to take care of what it is. Right. So I'm so excited about those 44, 46 languages that you're going to have. What's your website?
Our website is browardtax.org. We were very, very, we felt it was very important for us to put our website up immediately and make it simple where anyone can use it and find the help that they need.
So, Lauderdale Lakes, this is your opportunity to talk with the Honorable Ajayi from our tax collector's office. It is new. It's something that we have not experienced before. So if you have your questions, raise your hand. We will recognize you, because we want to make sure that when Ms. Ajayi leaves, that at least you will have a foundation of knowledge that you can base your questions on when you call the office or when you go into the office. So do we have anyone who's excited about asking questions? Anything else you would like to share with us?
Thank you so much for having me here. And we've made it our priority to get out in the community and share all this information. There's additional information, obviously, that we cannot cover in 1 hour. And we're looking forward to being present at a lot of your events. So please come to our table. We'd like to get to know you. And we're excited about the opportunity. to be in our position and be able to provide all that information to the residents.
Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Commissioner
evening.
Thomas, it's so wonderful to have you in the midst. I know that the driver's license agency will be coming under your umbrella. Could you let us know a little bit more about that in 2026?
So we are excited about that. It's a challenge, definitely, but we're ready for that challenge. We have a lot of solutions on the table to address some of those problems. I talked earlier about the ordinance that will take away the selling of appointments. In addition to that, we have engaged a really robust technological platform that will make it impossible for people to get multiple appointments. So there will be no appointments to sell. We want to make sure that that's taken care of. In addition to that, we're looking at several options in terms of walk-in customers. How do we take care of walk-in customers?
Yes.
So we're looking at those options also. We're looking at scheduling to assist us with those options. In addition to that, we're looking at making sure that when people have appointments, that they're seen in a timely manner. We're looking at systems that we're going to put in place. Some of those systems, for example, if you have an appointment and there's a lot of people in line 2 hours in the office, like 2 hours, we will tell you that you don't have to stay in the office. You can come back. We'll text you when we have like 7 people ahead. So we're looking at technology to help us solve some of those problems. And that's the one I'm most excited about. Right now, when you go to a restaurant, they take your phone number and text you, and you can come in. So we're looking for something similar. We're putting that in place to make sure that if you have an appointment and there's a lot of people ahead of you, then we can tell you when you can come back in for services. So we're excited about that. We're looking at also locations to be able to have more offices, and we're hiring a lot of people. If you go to browardtax.org, we have a career section where, if you have 60 credit hours of college work, we want to hear from you. We want to interview you.
Wow.
So please visit our website. We'll be able to have a conversation, and you don't have to come in with prior driver's license experience. We're ready and willing to train. We're meeting monthly with the state driver's license office staff to make sure that when we move forward in taking them over, that we dot our I's and cross our T's to see a significant difference in how they are run right now.
Okay, great information.
Excellent. May I ask another question, Mayor?
Absolutely.
It just came to me. Thank you for that information. Very helpful for the public. But say, for instance, I have tickets on my driver's license. Do I pay you first before I actually renew? How does that process work?
Okay, so I would have to defer to the state. We have a rep that we work with, and you're welcome to give us a call. We'll be able to direct you. So to be clear, those offices are still under the state.
Okay.
So we have no control of that office, and we do not have information, that specific information about their processes. So we would have to defer to the state on that. I'm happy to get that information for you. And if you contact us after this interview, we'll be able to give you that information.
Sincerely appreciate it, because I know a few people that are trying to work through that process, but I know that it's coming under your umbrella, so I don't know how that would work. But thank you for providing all the valuable information for me. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Just to add on our side, some of the solutions that we're looking at, we know that we have folks who have suspended driver's license, for example, and have to make the payment maybe at the courthouse. So some of the solutions on the table is engaging with the clerk of court to give us an office in the courthouse where once you pay your fee, you can just go to the next room and be able to obtain your reinstated license.
Great. That's great. I'm excited.
That's excellent.
I'm excited about something that you said in reference to if you have an appointment and there's so many others ahead of you, that you can be texted of when to return. It's sort of like not losing your place in the queue, like you're on the phone sometimes and they will say, if you want a return call, then we'll return your call. And that's exciting because sometimes residents, citizens come in, they may be on lunch or running errands or something
Right.
else. So instead of having to wait those 2 hours, then they'll be texted to come back. Of course, staying in the near vicinity so that they can return to the office. But I'm excited about that. I think
Yeah.
that is great.
Yes, technology, we're using a lot of technology to help us with that. My concern is for our residents losing 2 days of work in order to just get a driver's license. So that's the current situation of things, and we're trying to make sure that we take care of that.
Also, you talked about hiring for your new offices. Tell us a little bit about the hiring, how many you're looking for, salary, where to go, those types of things, because we're looking for employment for our residents. So tell us about that.
Well, so right now we have a website where anyone can visit our website and apply. We're working with Career Source.
Okay.
We're also looking at doing job fairs, partnering with other organizations that are doing job fairs across the county. So we want everyone that has a 60 credit hour coursework to apply on our website. And, when we're at job fairs, please visit our table. It's a great opportunity to build a career path in the tax collector's office. It's an entry-level position. And, salary also depends on experience also when you come in. But it's at least living wage. We do a really good job in terms of looking at salaries across the county to make sure that we are paying what needs to be paid for that position that you're applying for.
Great. So minimum 60 credit hours. So if you have completed those first 2 years of college or university and you're looking for employment, the tax
Please, we
collector's
want
office
you.
is looking for you.
That's right. Absolutely. We would love to talk to you. And it's a great career path because there's several layers in there. It's an entry-level position. You will be provided with the training that you need to get the job done. And we are an organization that really cares about the employees. We feel that, we are who we are based on our employees, and the level of service that we provide to the residents is very important. So we're putting across the board a customer service assessment where we make sure that we are projecting and making sure we serve all our residents that we come in contact with. Whether in person or on the phone, we want to make sure that we give you the service that you deserve.
In addition to the other events and items that you are doing for community engagement, do you have a newsletter where residents can go online to see what's going on in the tax collector's office and to look at the list of services provided?
I'm really excited about that. We're working with a lot of cities across the county to make sure that we're present in their newsletter and we're part of their communicating with their residents. So we feel that that is a global way of getting in touch with a lot of people so they can know who we are and the services that we offer.
Okay. Well, our spring newsletter, the City of Lauderdale Lake spring newsletter just came out. So our next quarter, then I'll talk with you about putting a little blurb into the newsletter.
Thank you. That would be great.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do we have any others who would like to ask any questions? Well, great. We're so glad for those of you who are online. We know that you received some valuable information, some new information, or additional information that you did not know as it relates to the tax collector's office. And as the Honorable Ajayi has said, her office is open to you. You can come in, you can call, you can go online. So we're excited about the work that's going to be done across Broward County in the near future. And we're excited about all of the events and activities and services that you're going to offer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate you giving us time to chat with your residents this evening. And we're looking forward to working with you all.
Very good. Thank you so very, very much. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
You will be hearing from the City of Lauderdale Lakes and establishing that relationship with the tax collector's office so that things can run smoothly as relates to their needs.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Lauderdale Lakes. Thank you so very, very much. And those who are outside of the City of Lauderdale Lakes, Thank you so very, very much for tuning in to Moments with the Mayor with Mayor Veronica Edwards Phillips and our tax collector, the Honorable Abbey Ajayi. Thank you so very much again.
Thank you all.